cancel culture. You all remember cancel culture, right? We've discussed it to death, but I promise this is a special kind of cancel culture. It is a canceling of one of their own. A canceling of a leftist YouTuber who used to go by the alias of the Nostalgia Chick, as they were, I believe, with the Nostalgia Critic, if I am not mistaken. But now they go under the name, their actual name, of Lindsay Ellis. Lindsay Ellis was canceled, and I would like to get into why really quickly. So, Lindsay Ellis announced that she is quitting YouTube. So she was a YouTuber, and now she's quit. After a tweet comparing Raya and the Last Dragon to Avatar: The Last Airbender. The actual event of the canceling is ultimately a lot less important than the response. Essentially, she has released an essay on Patreon, so you had to be, presumably at least a patron, in order to see her, response. And then I believe she actually did make a video response after that, addressing to the public why she left. I don't know if there are any discrepancies with those two, but let's just simplify it down to that she is leaving the platform, and that it was a, at least from her side, a very complicated situation, and she has a lot of gripes with cancel culture, but she also recognizes that, calling it that does give her political enemies some weight, and obviously she doesn't want to do that because she's a fucking ideologue. But, the important part of, her canceling event is essentially that she got karma. That's all it is. Maybe she wasn't a canceler necessarily, but she definitely was part of that political movement, and she had very little sympathy for people who got canceled because of something that they've said and that they've apologized for. The fact that she had an audience that was basically built of people who had no concept or framework for forgiveness, and now she's asking all those people for forgiveness, and they're like, the fuck, no. You got canceled. That's it. Your career is over. GG.
GG easy.
GG easy. So, she's definitely feeling the weight of that, and, obviously there is a little bit of sympathy that I feel for her. Getting canceled is horrible. But, to an extent, she kind of put it on herself, so...
I mean, you gotta feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But also, you kind of did it to yourself, just saying.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, for us, because we are smaller, if we were to get canceled, that'd probably be a really bad thing, because I assume people would go for personal lives.
Yeah. There are a lot of people out there who take canceling to, the next level, and they, try to, get you doxxed and whatever, and they can all justify that by basically you just disagree, and therefore, you don't deserve a livelihood, which, is fucked for a lot of reasons, but, ultimately it just kind of boils down to, we cannot live in a world where we are not allowed to express our opinions for fear of losing our lives over it. Of course, obviously, it's mostly metaphorically losing our lives, losing our livelihoods. But eventually it could very easily escalate into literally being killed.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense, we need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.